Hello everyone, Desperado again, and we're here on the bridge of the USS Calypso. This is my main ship in Star Trek Online. It is it's a heavy cruiser. A combination of all three classes in that tier. Is I like to call it a goddess class ship. You saw it in the last video, the normal path video. This is the bridge. This is the Hope bridge, I believe. It's either Hope or Horizon, one or the other. Today we're going to be discussing Circle Path, or Orbit, actually. We're going to do both of them since it's both pretty short. They're both pretty short, so it should be pretty easy to get them out the way. Now, I need to go ahead and tell you, we're going to be playing with, in my Easy Path tutorial, I told you there were two things you never had to play with, and that was the camera path and look at path editing. You usually just edited the camera. Well, I'm going to have to change that now, because to use circle and orbit paths, you have to edit the camera and look at path. Editing the camera point itself doesn't do much. So let's do an orbit path first. And let's say, for example, we wanted to do an orbit or a view around the bridge. Orbit and circle path are the two best ones for doing a full look around the bridge, and I'm going to start out by finding my center point of the bridge, which I believe is right, I think the captain's chair, just forward the captain's chair is the center point, probably right here, probably right there, just right there. I think that's center point of the bridge. So I got my center point. I'm just going to add the path in now. I always start at center point because it's easier. Remember, you can always edit the path later. Select orbit. Okay. What do we have here? Well, we have our look at path is in blue. Alright, sorry. Our travel path is in blue, the camera path. So this tells us our camera is going to start at point 1, go around in this circle, and end back at point 1 at point 2. Point 1 and point 2 in circle and orbit paths are at the same exact spot. Now my look at path is small. It's only a red dot. That's because the camera is going to be looking at the same point the entire time. So obviously we don't want us to go out into space and see the exterior of the model, so I need to edit this so that it's actually in the ship, not out in space. The way I do that, go to change your edit type to camera path, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at path. And I just made the point smaller by changing my camera's look at path. So to change the size of the circle you make, you have to edit the look at path. And specifically this red bar here that faces towards the camera point, that's what you need to move around to make it bigger. I think that is the x-axis. To bring it up is the green one. Note that only moved the look at path up, not the travel path. That's just changing the camera angle to look up instead of down. And this blue one here moves the whole thing. I don't think these rotating things right here have much of a point. I'm not 100% sure. But I've changed my size. Now I need to change the position. Remember, to change positions, you always have to edit the camera path itself. So switch to camera path. Oh, apparently that also makes it bigger. I did not know that. Switch to the camera edit mode. And then I can edit this thing. So I want to put my dot in pretty much the center point of the bridge. That looks about right. I'm going to bring it up a little bit though. You notice I'm having to change up a lot. Yeah, see, the orbit and look around cameras are a little harder than easy and normal path to get the hang of, but they're actually pretty easy once you know what you're doing. You just have to know that one is look at and one is travel, and you just got to know what you're working with. Now, I can change the path up. Remember, there are 360 degrees in a circle, so down here in the circle path tab, if I wanted it to make 2 complete circles, I would add another 360 degrees in. If I wanted it to make just half a circle, I would put the 180 in there. See, now it would make just half a circle. 0.1 and 0.2. But let's do the full 360 circle today. Now, again, to change your speeds, you would edit the time it takes to get from 0.1 to 0.2. You can put holds in there, like you would always normally do. If you're starting your demo file with a circle path, you'll probably have to put a hold in 0.1, and it's just like an easy path. Go in there and put a hold. We'll say 5 seconds. 5 second hold. And if I wanted not to hit 0.2, let's say I wanted it to make this full 360 degree circle in a minute. I want it to take a full minute to do one circle around the bridge so you can see everything. Well, I just put 60 seconds in for 0.2. And then 0.1, it will start at 0.1, hold for 5 seconds, start a circle, and then it'll hit 0.2, which is at the same place as 0.1, and 60 seconds. So 60 seconds to do a full 360 degrees turn. You can also do the same thing by editing the total time. Oh, sorry. I just hit reset speeds. You can also edit the total time to do the same thing. So total time, 60 seconds. It's going to automatically fill in total move time. Total move time is going to be the same as total time if you don't put a hold in there. I always recommend putting the holds in via the point list. So that's orbit. Let's see circle. Now, look around is the actual name of the path. I keep calling it circle because it makes more sense to call it circle path, but the actual name is look around. So it's pretty similar to orbit, except it's reversed. The camera, instead of circling around a single point, stays in one point and circles around a path. See, my look at path is one big circle now. but my camera point over here in the ceiling. I'm going to move it to center point of the bridge. Now, you really don't have to worry about moving your look at point around too much. You really just need to worry about the angle in ascension and descension. Not really the way it's looking, because it's going to stay in this one point anyway. So I just have to worry about the angle at which it's looking at, up or down. Now in this case, I want it to be looking down at the bridge officers, and it's already looking there. So what I need to do is just need to move this up slightly. And then bring that up so it's almost at the ceiling. Now it will stay, the camera will stay right here and look at this red line going in a full circle. So obviously, circle path, the rotation, 360 degrees, just like orbit. Again, total time, total move time, selecting when you want it to hit point 2. It's just like orbit. You put when you want to hit point 2 is the amount of time that it's going to take to complete the path, and you put your hold in point 1. That's really all there is to it. It's a little hard to work with your first time out, but the next two are going to be a little bit tougher than these. Like I said, once you know what you've done with these two, it's really self-explanatory. So, see ya.